Hello guys, this is the second video in unit 2. We're still doing 3D modeling. So the features we're going to cover in this video are these: the revolve, the shell, the mirror, and the work planes. So we'll make use of this example, which is exercise 2.5 from your slides. This example will be able to show 3 of these features except the shell one. The shell is easy to use. I can just tell you how it's done. So the revolve function is used to revolve a profile about an axis of revolution. So what it means is, say I want to draw this cup. There's no way that you can draw this cup using extrusion as we've used on the last video, because it is not straight. So what we do is we draw one side, so we dimension everything on one side, and then we draw axis of rotation, then we just revolve around that axis of rotation, and then we get a solid model like this here on the middle. And then that's where the shell command comes in. If you want to create thin-walled or thin-walled objects, you just use the shell command. So you just click on shell, and then you'll specify the face, which is this top face, and then you'll specify the thickness of your walls, and then you will get something hollow as this. So the shell command can be used to create something like cans and bottles or whatever. Like if you're drawing those, that's where you can use the shell command. So the last topic we will look at is the work planes. So the work planes are for sketching also, but unlike the sketch planes, they are not created using the surface models. If you remember on the last video, we would select, if we already have a 3D model, we would select a face and then we start sketching from the face. But then it gets tricky sometimes if the face is tangent, so you can't draw on a tangent face. That's where you will use your work planes. So these are different types of work planes. You can go through them from your slides, but the basic one we're going to use is this offset. All of them are self-explanatory. So to give you an example of what I was saying about work planes, let's say I have this shaft and then I wanted to draw this keyway, but then if I want to start the sketch for the keyway, I can't draw from this tangent because it won't allow me. So what I need to do is I can just create a work plane and then draw the sketch for the keyway on the work plane, and then I can just extrude, and then it will project to my shaft. So we'll see when we're doing the example how we can create work planes and stuff. So let's go to the software now. Okay, so we'll draw that exercise 2.5. I will start a sketch and then select a plane, XY plane, and then I want to insert an image. Okay, that's what I want to draw. So the way we're going to do this, that's our major dimension, sorry, outside that 80 millimeter. So I want to create a center line of distance 80 millimeters. So I'll create a center line and select a line, and I can just start anywhere and give it a length which is 80, and that's it. And then the major diameter of our profile should be 40. So if we're drawing one side, that means we will draw at 20. So this is how we're going to do it. I will just unselect the center line because I want a solid line now. So I'll start, you wait for the green dot. So it should be 20 up, and then 80 that way, and then we close it, and then that is it. So we'll just finish the sketch now, and then we go to the revolve function. So if I finish my sketch, as you can see, that is just a half. Don't worry about these cutouts, we'll do them later using the work planes. So to revolve, there's a revolve function. You can also read there. Click on revolve, and it just revolves automatically for us. So you can click here if you want like full, we're on full mode now, or you can give it angles or whatever depending on the problem that we will be doing, but in this case we just needed the full revolve. I'll say okay, and then now what we need to do is we need to have the cutouts. So to draw the cutouts, we will need to work on the XY plane, right? Okay, so we need to create a sketch, and then select that we want to draw on the XY plane. And then since I cannot draw on the tangent, I want to draw from the inside. Let me insert the picture again so that I show you what I want to do. So I want to create these cutouts. There's 4 of them. It seems like they are all equal. So I'll just press F7 to slice the grid, meaning I'm removing the other half. Like, you're not removing it permanently, you just removing it temporarily. So what I want to do now, as you can see, this cutout is 15 millimeter deep, and then the width is 10 millimeters. So I'll just put a rectangle of 15 by 10. So the rectangle I want to use is the corner one. So I'll select my corner there, give it dimensions, it's 10, tab 15, and that's it. And then I can just create another one from here, rectangle 10 by 15. So I have these 2 rectangle. So what I want to show you now is how you can use the mirror function, or otherwise I can just draw another 2 rectangles on this side, but I just want to show you the mirror function. So I'll select construction line, because I just want to draw a line that I will use to mirror. So I want to mirror by the center. So I have a construction line there. So to use the mirror, we click on mirror, and it says select geometry to mirror, but then we just want the mirror line. It says select mirror line, and then now we select geometry to mirror. So we want to mirror all these lines, that. Then we hit apply, and then done. And just remove these ones. Okay, what happened there? Let me remove the construction. I just want to close these rectangles. Seems like there's one line that didn't mirror, so I'll just close these rectangles. Right, so now if I want to create my cutouts, I'll just say finish, and then I'll use the extrusion as the last video we had. So extrude, and then we select the cut tool. So I'll select what I want to cut. So I'll select all 4 of those rectangles. And then if you can see, if I rotate here, they're pointing in one direction, but I want to cut both sides. So I come here and select symmetric. So it will cut both sides. And then I'll say through all. And then OK. So you can see we have those cutouts. And then now the next thing, we had another cutout somewhere here that would require us to draw on the tangent, but the software won't allow us to do that. So we will have to put a plane, a work plane. So to create a new work plane, we come here on planes, click on the down arrow. So the one we want to use, so as you can see here, there's a whole lot of them, as from, remember the list on the slides, so you can play with them. And then the one we want to use is this offset from a plane. We select that, and then we want to select from the XY plane. Let me just see my orientation here. No, sorry, not XY plane. I wanna offset from the XY plane, and then the distance. Distance was, let's go look at the slides. Distance was 10 from the top, so that means it's also 10. So the distance we want to offset by is 10. I'll show you why I selected 10 now, but you won't be able to see it now because the picture is not here. I'll show you where the 10 comes from, but you can see that work plane. If I say XZ plane, there's XZ plane on green, and then there's this one called work plane 1. It's 10 millimeters from the XZ plane. So now I can create a sketch on this new work plane. So select 2D sketch, and then I want to work on that. If you can see, there's this tangent that is disturbing my view. So if I want to remove that, you just press F7. That is called slice grid. So now let me insert the image again. Okay, so the reason why I selected 10, as you can see here, the depth of that cutout we want to do is 10, and then from the center line, remember this is diameter 40, that means radius 20, and then from the center line we had to offset by 10 to get to this part. I hope that makes sense. So now what we just need to do is, let's work out the dimensions for this. So it's 20, it's actually 20 by 40. So we just need a rectangle of 20 by 40 to create that cutout. So let's work out that. I'll select the center one. Okay, let's do this. Let's put a construction line because I don't want to select something that is not accurate. Let's put a line across so that I know I can be able to track the center of that line. Notice, or unselect the construction. So if I track the center of that line, I will be able to do that. And then we just need a rectangle of 20 by 40. Then that's it. And then we finish. Then from there we can just cut on the opposite side. See through. So that's our cutout. As you can see, it's matching the drawing. And then now we need to draw. There was another cutout from the bottom, and then that one was 12 millimeters away from the center, meaning it's 12. We have to create a work plane that is at a distance of 12 millimeters from the XZ plane. So let's create that. Select work plane offset. So we want to offset from XZ plane, and then we can just change the direction of the arrow. So now it's going to be -12 since we're going to the other direction. -12. Yes, that's fine. And then now we create a sketch on that plane. Create a sketch, and then we select the work plane. And then let's insert a picture again. Okay, so let's work out the dimensions for that one. So it's 10, 10, 10, 10. So 80 minus 40. So that one is a 40 by 40. So we need to create a rectangle of 40 by 40. So I'll just have my line that will help me track the center. And then to remove that tangent, say F7. I press F7 on my keyboard, and then unselect this construction line, and then select a rectangle, and then track the center. When it's green, that's when I click. So it's 40 tab by 40. That's it. And then we finish. And then we use the cut command. Cut through all. And then we have our object, as you can see. So if you don't want to see these planes anymore, because we will not use them now, we're done with them. So you can just right click, and then you uncheck the visibility, it will go away. And then same thing on that other one. Select. So here's our object now. So we just need to drill holes. So now we're no longer going to be drawing on the tangent, so we won't use the work planes. So we just draw on this face. So I want to create new sketch on this face, and then let's put the picture again just to see the dimensions of the hole. So the hole is 17 millimeters away from this side, and then it is at the center, right? So let's work out that. Let's construction line, and then I'll look for the center. There's my center, and then 17 millimeters, and then I can just create my circle from the end point of that line, and then my circle should be diameter of 10. Escape, then I'll just delete that line that I used, and then now I just need to cut through on that hole, and then we're done. Extrude, cut through all, and then that's it. That's our object for exercise 2.5. So thanks for watching. On the next video, we'll look at some other topics.